Okay, in this video I'm going to cover some of the basics in Revit, things like creating walls, placing doors, placing windows, and probably floors. So to start in Revit, you're going to click on New because we're doing a model, and then there's a few different templates: architectural, structural, mechanical, and if you come to Browse there's even more templates. So I'm going to do that, and as you can see, it's got a few more categories, and it breaks it up between residential and commercial. So let's see, I'm going to find residential default, and I'm going to open that and hit OK. Alright, so it automatically puts me in the first floor. So you're basically, this is like a bird's eye looking down. It's kind of hard to tell because we haven't done anything yet. But where I'd like to start is with walls. So there are two different wall types, architectural and structural. So if I click on architectural, I can come in, and as you can see there's a few different options. You can do exterior walls with various sidings. You can do concrete stem walls or just generic walls, and there's also some interior walls preloaded into the thing. So for this one we're probably going to do an exterior wood siding on the wood stud, and some things I like to have on is, alright, we're good there. I like this to be fine. I like my thin lines on. I'll show you the difference between those two once I draw something. So if I look here, one important thing about walls is you want to make sure you have the right side facing out. Like this wall, for example, as you can see, you've got your gypsum board here, you've got sheathing, and then this is wood siding. So you just need to pay attention to that and think about which one should be on the outside. I'll show you the thin lines thing now. So I have thin lines on. As you can see, this is pretty thin. If I click this off, it gets a lot thicker on the outside, and then the interior layers are a little bit thinner and almost you can't even see them. So that's why I like to have thin lines on. So anyway, I'm going to continue with making this wall. Probably just going to manipulate it a little bit by dragging out. So I have one wall now, and let's say I wanted to continue with this wall. All I would have to do to load myself into the mode of drawing the wall is click CS while the wall is selected. I'll come to the endpoint, and I will just continue with this. As you can see, it kind of gives you the snap to other objects option with the, I guess, the dash lines. So I'm going to click here and then drag it over, and it should be a perfect square now. So that's how you would make a wall. Some things to consider with the wall is kind of restraints. So as you can see here, the base constraint is the first floor, which is what I would want. But when I look at the top constraint, it says unconnected. So these walls just shoot up variable amount. As you can see here, you can adjust it with the unconnected height. Say I wanted to be 25 feet, I would just click in here and change the number to 25 feet, and the walls would be taller. But for this video, I'll show you how to connect them to another level. So you're going to come into the top constraint, and I'm probably going to do up to level second floor. That just makes sense. And there we go. So, alright, yeah, that's what I wanted. So that's basic rundown on walls. If you needed to edit a wall, you come in here to edit type, structure, edit, and then you can actually determine in what order you would like your materials to be in and which materials there are. So to like change stuff, you would come in and open this with the three-dot thing and pick a material. And you can also manipulate the thickness by adjusting this. Anyway, let's just brief rundown on that. Windows. So to put in a window, you're going to click on Window. And these are the preset windows that Revit comes with. I'll just grab this one. And as you can see, you can't put the window in blank space. It has to be populated onto a wall. One thing I guess I can mention along with Windows is when you place it, you can have the option on to place a window tag so that it gives you a tag, and this would eventually lead to a schedule, and it will be populating that as you go. I'll just leave that on for now. So I'll put a window in, and you can see it's the same window, so it's the same window tag. If I was to turn this off, as you can see, it just doesn't put the tag on there, and you can go back and put it on later. So that's Windows. Doors are pretty similar. I'll come in here. I'll put in a 36 by 84 door. So same thing, just you can't put it in the blank space. It has to be populated onto a wall. There's one type of door, and we'll put in a double glass door right next to it so you can kind of see the difference. And again, I can place doors. I can choose to have the door tag on as I place it. So if I place this, as you can see, it'll put a tag. Sometimes it puts it in a spot that doesn't make sense. You can just grab it and move it wherever you need to. What else on doors? Doors, same thing with materials on both windows and doors. You can edit the type. I'll bring up this box. I would recommend duplicating the item and renaming it if you're going to actually change some stuff, but I'll just come in here and you can say what you want the actual door panel to be or the door frame in terms of material, and you can also control some of these variables like the height, the thickness, all these other things. They're all things that you can change. It's the same thing with the materials. If you just open this up, it brings you to the material browser and you can choose the material. I'm not going to change anything, so I'm just going to hit OK. And then to show you what this looks like in 3D, I'll just come to the 3D tab, and again I'll put it in fine, and it's got these different graphic display options. You can do wireframe that just has outlines of everything. It gets a little hectic. There's hidden line. This is pretty nice. You can see the actual model without things looking too messy. I usually just keep it in this, but you can also put it in realistic and it will bring in the actual material colors and the siding colors. Anyway, so it just looks realistic. So to wrap this video up, I'll just show you how to do a floor really quick. So let's go on the first floor. So if you come into architecture and you hit the drop down for the floor, there's an option to do a structural floor or an architectural floor. I'll do a structural floor. And again, you can kind of come up here and choose what kind of floor system it is. I'll just do wood truss joist, 12 inches for the wood finish. And to draw the floor, I like to use this pick walls tool. So if you come to it and I'm going to want to place my floor system, actually the opposite of that. So I'm going to make sure the pink line's on the exterior, or at least lined up with the exterior of the wood stud layer. And then I'll just come back to that tool and continue. And I'll just pick all these exterior walls, and I'll hit the green check mark. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention. So when you see these parallel lines on either side here, this is telling you which way the truss or the floor joists are running. So they're running this direction opposed to this direction. Anyway, I think that just populates based off of wherever you drive your lines, so just be careful about placing that. So I'm going to check the green check mark, and it created the floor. It's got this floor pattern texture if I zoom out. And then I'll come into 3D, and you can see it's got the floor in here. Anyway, pretty basic stuff. This floor just shows up as a box, even though it is supposed to be a floor system that is made up of joists. But there is a way to actually get eye joists in here, but that's a little bit more complicated. I think for the basics of Revit, this should be enough. Anyway, hope that helps, and that gives you a good start on what do we need to do in Revit.